Hi guys, my name's Kelly and you're watching That Smells Divine. And today is episode 4 of the 7 sample series. Before we dive in, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you love watching fragrance reviews, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the alarm bell to receive notifications of future videos. Let's dive right in. So our very first sample for the day is by the house Ex Nihilo, and it is called Lust in Paradise. So you may know that I've had a little bit of difficulty with this house. I'm really trying to enjoy it and it's not happening. So the last time I sampled this fragrance, it was nauseating to me, but we're gonna give it another whirl. Okay, so Ex Nihilo Lust in Paradise has top note of pink pepper, middle notes of peony, lychee, and petalia, and base notes of musk, white cedar extract, and amber. Yeah. I think I just figured out why I hate this fragrance. When I was like 13 years old, there was this girl, Jasmine, that lived across the street. Her and I were friends, and we would like try to be bad and smoke cigarettes on her roof when I would sleep over there. And then to like hide the smell of the cigarettes, we would put on, it was Bath and Body Works. So this is like circa like 1994, 95. It was that Bath and Body Works that was like, what was it? Sea something. Oh, do you know what I'm talking about? That is what I'm smelling. Was it the sea something or was it freesia? It was something like kind of aquatic, like fruity, which is what I'm getting with this. Okay, I don't dislike this as much as I disliked it last time. Once I get past that scent memory, I think the thing that I was smelling in here that I wasn't super pumped on before is the lychee. I don't have a whole lot of experience with lychee in perfumes, but now that I know it's lychee, I'm a little bit more open to it. To me, this kind of smells amateur. It smells like a Bath and Body Works fragrance. Yeah, it smells kind of like abrasive. Like if I smelled this on somebody, I would be kind of just like, ew. Like I would probably want to move away from them. But everybody loves it. Like I see so many reviewers just love on this fragrance. And so I am going to give it a little bit more time. I'm gonna wear test it and wear test it and wear test it until I can't wear test it anymore. And then at some point I'm gonna decide whether I like it or I love it or I hate it. But for right now, do I think that this is full bottle worthy? Absolutely not. Okay, moving on to number 2, we have a fragrance by a house called 01630, which I'm now realizing as I say that it's probably a zip code, and I'm curious, like what zip code is that? It sounds like it's in New England. So yeah, I'm gonna look that up after. This fragrance is called YUZU Rouge, and I actually got this sample as like a little gift when I ordered from Beauty Habit, I believe it was. Yeah, so let's give it a sniff. YUZU Rouge has top notes of yuzu, grapefruit, bergamot, blackcurrant, middle notes of lemon verbena, rose, cardamom, and nutmeg, and base notes of green tea, ambergris, moss, and musk. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is nice. It's oh, it's really nice actually. It's very fruity and sweet. Very pretty. I've got the rose coming in. Nice and floral. It smells really pretty. It's really approachable. It's really something you could easily just grab for and go. This would be like a perfect scent for like running errands or just like doing things around the house. Yeah, it's very pretty, very feminine, very like floral and sweet and kind of crisp from the yuzu grapefruit. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It's very sweet, very, very feminine. Some people probably might not like this. It might be a little too floral and sweet and feminine. But yeah, this is beautiful. I'm getting a little bit of the cardamom, nutmeg, a little bit of the green tea and ambergris. Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I had never heard of this house before, so I wasn't really expecting much. But yeah, this is great. I don't know the price on this, but Is it full bottle worthy? I would say depends on the price. If it's under 50 bucks, I would say yeah. If it's over, I would say no, it's not worth it, only because I feel like as nice as this is, as like easygoing and approachable as this is, there's nothing really unique about it. It doesn't really like stand out and wow me in any way. It's just nice. It's very like cute and friendly. So if it's a cheapie, yeah, I would definitely buy a full bottle, and I would spray this on myself before I went to the grocery store for sure. I feel like this is a very appropriate running errands in the springtime, maybe going for a walk around the neighborhood in the morning, like that kind of a scent. Okay, moving on to number 3, we've got 4160 Tuesdays, what I did on my holiday. Now, I am trying to get into this house. I haven't given it that much effort. I've smelled a couple of things from them and haven't been super impressed, but I'm trying. I always like give it 100% effort. I really want to not just write a house off or write a fragrance off like right away. I want to spend time with the house, spend time with the fragrance, and really like go through a full experience before I make up my mind about it. So what I did on my holidays has top notes of mint, coconut, sea notes, something I can't read, oh, seaweed, and then middle notes of cotton candy and lavender, and base notes of ice cream and vanilla. So let's see. Last time I smelled this, I was like, no, this is boring. It's run of the mill. It's linear. I pulled it out again because I recently heard Sebastian. I'm always going to reference Sebastian because he's one of my favorite reviewers. But he did like a top 20 coconut scent thing, and this was on the list, I believe, or maybe it was one of his other summer fragrance hauls. But either way, he had a better impression of it than I did, and I trust his nose because it's very similar to mine. So we're gonna give it another whirl. Oh, just sprayed that all over myself. Yeah, so it's just like really coconutty. Like it's just like very like over coconutty. Like I don't even have to put this up to my nose because the coconut is burning my nose hairs. Interesting. I do, now that I know that there's notes of mint and ice cream, like I actually am getting kind of a mint ice cream, like a peppermint patty ice cream with coconut, sea nut. Yeah, I just don't love this, you guys. I want to love it. I just don't. It's kind of screechy to me. It's not pleasant. Maybe I got a bad sample. I don't know, but it just, something about it just smells like, it smells like really synthetic coconut and armpit sweat with like hot melted ice cream on the ground. Mint ice cream. Is that terrible? Yeah, I want to love this and I just don't. No, is it full bottle worthy? No, not at all. Nope. Okay, moving on to number 4, we have a fragrance that I also have not been able to get into, even though it is a huge favorite. And some of you are gonna probably be disappointed and be like, why don't you see it? But I'm gonna give it another go, and another go, and another go, and another go until I'm sure. But this is by Byredo's Mojave Ghost. This has top notes of sapodilla and ambrette, mid notes of magnolia, violet, and sandalwood, and base notes of ambergris and cedar. Okay, let's give it a sniff. So it's nice. I get why people like this. It's nice. It's soft and kind of soapy and clean. I don't know what sapodilla is, but definitely smelling the ambrette. I'm not a huge ambrette fan, which is probably part of the reason why I can't get down with this fragrance. We've got the violet. Yeah, I don't know. It's just nice. Like, it's nice. I said this before. I feel like this is something like a librarian would wear, just because I feel like librarians are always like, they're just so nice, you know? It's like, literally, when I smell this, I just think of a really nice person who's always kind to everyone, but maybe kind of lets people walk all over them. Maybe. Like, it just smells, yeah, I don't know. Is that a weird thing to think? it just smells really nice. It smells like the nice girl. If you're the nice girl and you're a total people pleaser and you just want everyone to get along, like maybe this would be a good fragrance for like a conflict mediation appointment, or like a debate, or like something where or maybe like a family holiday dinner where you just want everyone to get along. I feel like this fragrance just makes you want to just like be calm and get along with everyone. Is that weird? This is just my experience with it. Is it full bottle worthy? I don't know. Try it out for you. Like everyone else seems to love it. To me, it just smells like a nice kind of shampoo-y, soapy thing. But other people tend to love it. So get your nose on it for sure. But for me, it is not full bottle worthy. Okay, moving on to number 5, we've got another lesser known house that's also a little bit of a cheapie called ALVAREZ Gomez, and it's Orchid and White Lily. I also got this as a gift with my Beauty Habit purchase. If you have not checked out Beauty Habit, I'm actually not 100% sure if it was Beauty Habit that I got this from. Pretty sure. But if you haven't checked out Beauty Habit yet, check them out. They have like really cool brands that you might not have heard of, and it's a really fun shopping experience, and they always give you little gifts when you order stuff. So this one has notes of orchid, sea daffodil, and tuberose. Okay, this is really pretty. Very, very pretty, very soft, very feminine, very flirty, very clean. Yeah, this is pretty. I would say this is kind of along the lines of which one was it? Was it the YUZU ROUGE? Yeah, kind of along the lines of like, this would be a nice like casual, just like around the house or like doing errands. However, I feel like this one is a little bit more romantic, and it could definitely work for like a nice like lunch date or a brunch date. Definitely a good spring summer fragrance. It's very floral. I think it would do really well in warm weather. Yeah, the orchid is primarily like the top note. It's just really pretty. It's got a little bit of like aquaticness to it, just like a tinge from the sea daffodil. Like it's just a little bit watery. Yeah, this is nice. Again, like a little bit kind of shampoo-y and slightly basic. But I mean, I think these are literally only like $15 a bottle. So is this full bottle worthy? Definitely, 100%. Very well done for the price. Yeah. Okay, just to let you know, I have filmed 4 or 5 videos today because I'm going to Florida tonight to see my dad for a week. And then I've got lots of things happening in May. I've got family coming to like stay with us for a couple of weeks until they get settled because they're moving to Austin. And I've just got like a lot going on. And so I was like, I'm just gonna batch create a bunch of videos before I leave for Florida. However, I'm having that experience of like my nose is just like stop and like my head's starting to hurt. So we've got 2 fragrances left today and I'm very excited. These are 2 really special to me fragrances. So coming in at number 6, we've got Diaz & Durga El Cosmico. This is a sample from Scent Split. I mentioned this one before. I'm a huge Diaz & Durga fan. I feel like people don't really talk about it on YouTube that much. And when this fragrance launched back in 2015 or 2016, I actually went to one of their launch parties here in Austin and it was really fun. This is definitely unique and that's what I love about it. So with Diaz & Durga El Cosmico, we have top notes of pine and pepper, mid notes of Kella, oak, and creosote bush, and base notes of Kella and sand. So I want to tell you a little story about this actually. So when I first got my nose on this, I was just like, wow, this is different. It's different, right? It has this very like pungent kind of shrubby medicinal thing going on. And it just, like I had never smelled anything like it. And it stuck with me, you know, like I just automatically put El Cosmico in that kind of like deserty shrub bush cactus kind of category in my head. That was like at least 6 years ago. Fast forward to the beginning of 2022, like actually just like a month ago, and my partner's employee they've like become friends, and he's Mexican, and he brought Ian this bag of herbs because we were talking about stinky feet. We went out to sushi, we were talking about stinky feet. It kind of became a joke, but also his employee was like, I have a remedy for that. It's like a Mexican remedy. So let me show you this. So he brings us this bag of this herb that looks like, right? And it's very fragrant. And as soon as it got into our house, I put it in a cupboard, and like literally it's a closed cupboard. I can smell it in our kitchen all the time. And I was like, that smells so familiar. Like, what is that? I was like, what is that herb that Salud gave to us? And Ian was like, it's called creosote. And I was like, interesting. Did not put two and two together until I was taking the notes for filming this video, and one of the notes listed for El Cosmico was creosote. And it just like light bulbs went off, because I was like, that is why that smell is so familiar. So this is like it's so intense. Like, I don't even need to open the bag. It's just, here, I'll show you. Obviously it's dried. It's like kind of like, it's almost like smoky. It kind of smells like burning wood, but it's also got this like very grassy, herbaceous, shrubby smell. And I can smell it in here. It's crazy. I don't know what Kella is, but I'm assuming that Kella is the thing that's kind of like sweetening it, because it's like this, but it's like sweet. And then we've got a little bit of the pine smell. This is a very unique fragrance. If you don't know about El Cosmico, it was created sort of to mimic the smell and the vibe of Marfa. Marfa is like a little town in West Texas. It's known for its vibrant art community. And yeah, this is not going to be for everyone. It literally smells like the desert. It smells like West Texas. It smells like you're hiking through a desert. Perhaps you've eaten some peyote or something, and you're like having a little bit of a like Johnny Depp experience. And yeah, it's literally like what I imagine the desert floor to smell like. Is this full bottle worthy? I'm not sure. Maybe for its uniqueness. I personally am not going to be purchasing a full bottle. I did wear a couple sample vials of it when it first came out, and I loved it for like the experience, but is it something that I necessarily want to adorn myself with long term? I don't think so. But I do think that this is an incredible creation just for the uniqueness of it all and how well they did it, kind of embodying and capturing the vibe of Marfa, which I haven't been to yet, so I can't say 100%, but like I get the vibe of it, right? Yeah, interesting fragrance. Definitely get your nose on it and check it out. Is it full bottle worthy? I don't think so. Okay, moving on to number 7, we have one of my favorite fragrances. This is Eccentric Molecules Molecule Plus Iris. Now, I mentioned in a previous episode of the 7 sample series that Eccentric Molecules has a new collection where they took 3 notes and they added it to their Iso Isu pair, which is their Molecule 1 fragrance. So they did Mandarin, Patchouli, and Iris. I reviewed Mandarin previously. Today we're reviewing Iris, and I will be reviewing Patchouli in the future. I accidentally just kind of doused myself in this, and I'm not sad about it. This, oh my God, you guys, this is so good. It's a beautiful, like creamy orris note, creamy. It's orris, like it's the kind of orris, it's like slightly lipsticky, but slightly creamy. So it's kind of like straddling those two ways that orris / iris can go. It's gorgeous. This is really pretty. It kind of reminds me of one of the Prada fragrances. I'm gonna forget. It's the Cedar Iris one. It's sort of like that, but like creamier, less kind of lipsticky. Actually, this is pretty lipsticky. This is just gorgeous. I just love all the molecule fragrances are so pretty. They're so wearable. They're such an experience, you know? It's like I love fragrance for the way that it makes you feel, for the vibration that it puts you into, right? I think that's why I'm not like a huge fan of a lot of designer fragrances. Not that, I mean, there's some really good designer fragrances too, but I feel like a lot of designer fragrances are just kind of like generic and they smell like a Macy's counter and they just don't change your state at all. Like they don't really do anything for you from like a emotional / energetic perspective, right? But then you have these fragrances that you put it on and it's like it creates your experience. It helps you literally like manifest your day. And I'm not saying that from this kind of like woo-woo place. It's just like it changes your state is the best way I can think of to describe it. And this, yeah, this smells just, it's delicious. I kind of like want to eat it, which is weird because it's orris. But it does have that kind of like buttery, creamy, slightly lipsticky vibe. And it's just really pretty. I think this would be a great fragrance for a date night, a lunch date. It would be a great fragrance for running errands, for work. Like it's just an all around beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So is it full bottle worthy? Absolutely, you betcha. Okay. So let's rank these in order. It's gonna be kind of tough. All right, I would say number 1 would definitely be Molecule and Iris. For number 2, I think I would actually do Orchid and White Lily, I would say. At number 3, I would say YUZU Rouge. At number 4, I would put El Cosmico. At number 5, well, this is tough. At number 5, I would put Mojave Ghost. This is hard because like I haven't loved most of these fragrances. Number 6, I would put Lust in Paradise, and number 8, I would put What I Did on My Holidays. Yeah, this sample haul was not my favorite, and that's okay because the one that I did, episode 3, I was like, I was in love with everything, and you know, you can't win them all. So this is why I'm doing this, is so that I can make my way consciously and intentionally through my samples collection and like either get rid of it, keep wear testing it, or like move forward and like commit to a full bottle. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for joining. If you're new to this channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment, let me know. Have you tried any of these fragrances? Have you been equally disappointed by some of these, or do you have a completely different opinion? I would love to hear. Scent is very much individual. It's very, you know, unique to each person. So maybe something that I listed here that I wasn't super pumped about, you absolutely love, please let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. 06130 YUZU Rouge. Why are there ants everywhere? What the fuck? Yeah. So this is an interesting fragrance because the notes are a little bit different than something else that you may have smelled. This fragrance, if you're new to this channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Scent is very subjective, and so subjective. Also, have you tried any other fragrances from the houses I mentioned, and is there anything else that you wanted to what? This video is definitely getting a blooper reel. Ew, there's literal ants everywhere.